Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another ASG golf video to do with the 40s 80s tour. We are at the final tournament at Sawgrass, and then starting next Monday, 4 tours will be facing off in the April match plays, which means 128 people, which means we will have full week coverage, not 4-day coverage, but 7-day coverage as we try to see someone try to win a tournament at the par 3 course and all that. If you win a tournament, a monthly tournament, you go on to the Tournament of Champions at the end of the year at Augusta. If you take second place, you go to a wild card, 6 wild cards per tour, 12 monthly winners, so that's 18 times 4 is 72. So right now we have Andy Bean, who's the defending Tournament of Champions winner. He won last December, so that means, well, he's in the lead trying to get to Augusta the clean way. Now, Andy Bean can get into Augusta a dirty way. If he does not win a tournament but takes second place, he's in as a wild card. He actually swipes one of the 6 wildcard spots. At worst, Andy Bean is guaranteed a spot in the wildcard tournament. Even if he doesn't get a top 2 finish, he'll go to the wildcard tournament and try to cheat from there. But if you win a tournament, you get in cleanly. Paige Stewart, the legend that is, who died in that plane crash, who became the last PGA current golf, like the active PGA golfer to die until Grayson Murray did so. Is that -8? Bob Eastwood, Curtis Strange, Dan Poole, Jerry Barber, Tim Simpson, Dick Metz, Jody Munn, and David Frost are all tied for -7. But the key thing is the cut line. As of right now, the cut line is at -3. People like Doug Toole, Ben Crenshaw, and Bob Hamilton are right now safe for now. Vic Gessie, Jim Ferrier, Cucumber McCumber, Bob Toski, Bud Holscher, and Mark Lai are all looking to get above the line. We are going to keep our eyes on a few golfers. Of course, tomorrow we'll have live coverage from the 17th hole at Sawgrass, and then Sunday we'll have the horizontal view final 18 holes. Key day here for Friday, March 27th. It is opening day for the Toronto Blue Jays. It's not opening day for Major League Baseball, but the Blue Jays are finally getting opening day. Actually, they were supposed to play opening day yesterday, the Thursday, with the Friday being the day off, but they decided to change it up once the Jays would have the proper stuff to be the AL champions thing. NCAA basketball will soon learn the rest of the Elite Eight. If you haven't been watching the NCAA tournament, you're in for a treat. In the South region, it's Iowa, Illinois for a trip to the Final Four. I mean, I think the last time Illinois went to the Final Four was that dream season in 2005 in Iowa. I don't remember them being in the Final Four ever. Duke right now is the odds-on favorite to win this tournament. Duke will face off against either UConn or Michigan State. They're playing later today, so Duke has a chance to. Nice job by Kerry Middlecoff, a 600 front 9. Dr. Kerry Middlecoff. Of course, you got Iowa and Illinois. Arizona, the 1 seed in the West region, took out my Arkansas Razorbacks, although I did have Arkansas losing in the Sweet 16 because I couldn't trust them against Arizona. Purdue won last night over Texas. It was a close one. Texas almost pulled it out as the 11th seed, but Purdue wins. Purdue will face Arizona for a trip to the Final Four. Johnny Palmer with his yellow beret. Kerry Middlecoff now at -9. He's a threat. Yes. Michigan takes on Alabama, and Iowa State will face Tennessee. Those two winners will face each other in the Midwest regional final. All right, so we're going to be watching. We're doing this -2 because of one guy, Jack Renner, who took second place in the last turn. Here's Don Pooley, who kind of gives you John Ritter vibes, doesn't he? His shot. I shot a little too much. Yeah. Well, it's on the fairway, 300. Jack Renner, who took second place last month in Arizona, so that's why he gets the Friday coverage. And Ben Hogan. Oh, no, sorry, not Renner. Ben Hogan took second place. He was looking for a 6 tournament win to break the tie with one David Duvall for the most title wins in tournament wins. I don't think that's him. I think it's, sure it's Ben Hogan? I think it is. Has to be Ben Hogan. Unless I've been lying to you. No, Hogan has 5. Okay, my fault. Yeah, so Jack Renner from the 80s. I thought Jack Renner was from the 40s because, like, Jack Renner, I thought he was a guy from the 80s, but technically he was. Don Cooley, also from the 80s. Yeah, he gives the John Ritter vibes. Renner for Bird. Off by 2, Hill Park. Cooley for Bird. Yes, sir, goes to plus 1. Hogan for Bird. With that, -3. He wants to make the cut. Because it's Ben freaking Hogan. He's tied with David Duval for the most tournament wins, 5. And that does not include tournament and champion wins because both those guys have not won the year-end tournament. This is the 5th year of doing this. 2022 was the beginning of the thing. Renner, ooh, that's wide left. On a par 5, you don't want to do that. Nice shot, though. He'll set himself up with a 67 pulley. 6-7. I knew you were going to say that. Pulley? Well, he's going to cut. But if he knows better, he'll just putt to get on the screen for birdie. Renner's trying to pitch shot. Oh my gosh! Hogan's gonna putt for eagle and leg. Set himself up for birdie. Why pull the leg and set up for birdie? And Renner makes the birdie, so the pull. So nice job by Renner. 1 birdies. A triple bogey by John Fott. He's gonna have to fight to stay above the cut line, which was -3. Wow, that went southwest. Then who done? He's in the lead. Renner. Why are you cheering? That didn't make the lead. Sometimes these games are fair weather. Renner. For Boyd. He's up by 2. Hill Park. Hogan for birdie. 3 feet away. Pulley for bogey. Yes, sir. Bogey on 3. On to 4. Here's Hogan. Nice shot. Beauty shot down the pipe. 253. Jack Renner. Nice shot right center for 223. And Don Cooley. Left center. That would be about 237. Renner. Over the water. Yes, he does. Not bad. 3 yards, about 10 feet. Pulley. Once again, he hits the water. Hogan. Oh, boy, oh boy. He was one lucky dick. Why did I just say that? One lucky Dick Tracy, I should say. I should have said one lucky duck. Why did I say that name? Bogey. Runner for bird. No, sir. Hill Park. Hogan for par. Oy vey. There's Renner. Left-hand side, hugging the rail. As it looks like. Okay.
All right.
Whoa. Warned us it was to the right. Cooley to the left. Hogan. Up and over and Pulley. For bird. Might as well try. Yeah, it's for bird. If it was for par, for eagle, I would like bird. Nope, a par. Where for you is a par from Hogan and Pulley. On to 6. Over the flame. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hogan. Whoa, hockey pucks. Pulley? Pulley, can you get over everything? Hogan. Renner. They're going to have long putts. Plenty. And they all overshot the hole. Over the top. Winner. Yeah, I don't think these guys deserve to get the back 9 done for them. Just saying. Hogan on 7. Oh, pulley. Runner. Up and over. Is not there. Pulley. Okay. Revert. Off by 6. Pulley. Off by 6. Hogan. Off by 2. Okay. And Hogan on 8. Nice. Pulley. Runner. Pulley. Runner. Apart. Bogey. Looking for 30. He needed that, I think. But the 9th hole is a par 5, so you might see something. Right down the middle. 284. Cooley. 276. Renner. Go above everything. Well, at least it's not the bunker. Renner. All good? Is it in? Is it in? No. It would have been nice to get that 3. What the frig? For par. Not really there. 40. 31 now. Yeah, not really my cup of tea. So yeah, -2 is the cut line. Remember, it's the top 70 and ties. Yeah, there's some guys who are hoping the cut line's -2. Up to, yeah, -2. Yeah, a lot going on. World Cup qualifications are going on in Europe and like the Interconfederation matchup. If I can remember correctly, it'll be Italy versus Bosnia next Tuesday. Winner gets to be in Canada's group in the World Cup. Poland plays Sweden in the second thing, so yeah, it'll be big because Poland is the home of my sister-in-law Marlene and her ancestral family. Turkey takes on Bosnia. No, not sorry. Turkey takes on Kosovo in Pool C. So Julia my co-worker will be happy to see that. And Group D is Denmark versus Czechia. That's going to be a good matchup though too. And then the intercontinental playoffs, Bolivia won, so they'll take on Iraq. Yeah, it's weird. Iraq and Iran could both be in the same World Cup. And also Jamaica won. Nakajima force revert. Jamaica will face Congo, the Dominican Republic of Congo. You'll be thinking, well, has Jamaica ever been to a World Cup? Yes, 1998. They were the Reggae Boys and shocked everyone in the North American qualifying, especially Canada, who should have had that chance. Bolivia, 94. Bet you didn't know that. I know that. Iraq was 86, with the Husseins taking over the Soccer Federation, and Congo was Zaire in 1974. Anyway, next round. -2 was the magic number, 76 golfers. So, big job by Dave Douglas. A 4 under 68 to make the cut by a stroke. Also, just making the cut. Mark James, Matt O'Grady with the bubblegum. Like Tommy Armour the third, and Bobby Clemp and Jim Ferrier. Commiserations go to a lot of people at -1. Only a few in red numbers that are good numbers. Scott Simpson, Ellsworth Vines, Flory Von Donk, and Danny Everts. And some big bloopers like Ed Fergal and Jumbo Ozaki +3. They really missed out. Fuzzy Seller, Herman Kaiser missed by a stroke. Jose Manuel Canizares, Ed Fergal, Greg DeWalder Stadler, Ben Hogan misses by a stroke. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, at the end of the day, Tony Sills, Mike Fatcheck as I call him, and a lot of +5s, including Bobby Watkins, missed the cut, are the worst. Top of the leaderboard is Payne Stewart. Second good round for him. He's in the lead by 1 over George Burns, Dan Pohl, and Danny Watson. No relation to Tom Watson, but yeah, Burns, Pohl, and Watson. All of them from the 80s, I remember. Yeah, Payne Stewart's also from the 80s. Skip Alexander, Jack McSpain, Dick Metz, Bob Gilder, Marty Furkel, and Keith Fergus are tied for 5th to stay in the top 10. They're 7 -8. He doesn't have to win another tournament. He's already in the Tournament of Champions, but a second tournament win would be nice for him in the pocketbook. So Payne Stewart is going to be your leader headed to round 3. The groups, we will have action for the 17th hole. We will have 38 groups total, 76 golfers. So after 20 groups, we'll check the leaderboard again, and then we'll have some fun. I promise us I hiccup. I'm Jeff Diamond.